Hey YouTube, it's Cookies. I'm coming at you with another video. I'm wearing a hat again. Um, I'm here to talk about Basketball Wives Reunion Part 1, and also this goes out to like a video response to one of my favorite YouTube channels, my favorite YouTuber, MrStillStandin, and you guys can follow him on Twitter at Mr_Stillstandin without a G on Twitter as well. And so I'm not going to talk much about it. I'm just discussing off of basically what he said and just basically touching off of my opinion and stuff like that. So this whole reunion, we all knew this whole reunion was going to be some mess. Let's just be real. Let's really just, we just really have to just, I know a lot of people was mad, but we all know this reunion was supposed to be some garbage because, first of all, you got John Staley still up there hosting the show, acting like he knows what's going on, even though we all know he looks like he just watched the whole entire season last minute, like last night, and just came in here with 5 questions and looking at people to say who's going to pop off first. Oh, I hope I don't ask somebody a question that really makes them cry or make me get kicked off and fired. Like, he just looked like he just looked like a desperate hot mess. Like, do people see him on the street or something like that? And if you guys do see him on the street, you ask him, why are you hosting? Like, why can't you do another job? Like, I can picture somebody like him doing some type of ESPN, not no Basketball Wives. You just look like a sissy looking bum. I don't understand. Anyway, enough of me going in on the host. I will continue to do that every single time he goes up and try to ask his little 5 questions while looking at people and not asking the right questions. So one reason why I don't like the reunion is because it was not talking in sequence like the other seasons. Even though I hate John Staley to death, he at least went story to storyline. He went from what happened in the beginning towards what happened to the end. He never, at least not like this, went all over the place with these questions. He went from how everybody feel about themselves on the show. Then he went from, are you guys proud of yourself? He went from the bullying with Tami. He went to Tahiti. Then he went all the way back in the beginning talking about Kenya and her video. It's like, it was just so much all over the place. Forgetting that forgetting that Royce was even there. F Susie, forgetting that Royce was even there. She had a storyline of her own. Never asked her at least one question yet. I'm over that. So let me just get right into one of the main topics that MrStillStandin said was why he don't like Royce and why he's still thinking why people don't like him. He still trying to contemplate on why people love Royce the way how they love Royce, and they shouldn't love Royce the way how they love Royce because of the fact of she's no saint. I'm sure we all know she's no saint. I'm sure we all know that she got a little skeletons in her closet. But to me, I honestly don't have a problem with Royce this season. Not Royce. Why I keep saying Royce? I honestly don't have no problem with Jen this season just because of the fact that, not because of the fact that she looked the victim on the season. It's because of the fact that she said what she felt about Evelyn's relationship to her face and to 2 bloggers, basically. She went on her own blog and she went on a radio station and talked about it. Never have she made Evelyn look like she was demeaning her character, basically, like that. Never have she said she spread her legs wide, she's loose, she doesn't date the right type of man. I don't think she said those things. She just said me and Evelyn don't date the right type of people, the same type of people, and she said those type of things. But Evelyn to me just took it out of context, and I think everybody believed that. Like, for you to be friends with somebody out of 10 years, and to make a show, and for people to ask her questions off of the show, and she's just giving her opinion on the show, and what those questions were asked, she was never doing it in a way how she's still bringing you down, Evelyn. For you to think that, that's why a lot of people are not caring for you this season. A lot of people not feeling you this season because of that. Another thing is, let me just jump right into it. Evelyn should have never stretched her beef with Jennifer for the whole entire 15 episodes of this season. She had her little side beef with Kenya. But after that, and she seen that Kenya's crazy, she stood back, put her shades on, and kept a straight face. Because we all know she don't want none of Kenya. I think Kenya probably would give her a run for her money if you could put those two in a boxing match. Because to me, it seemed like Evelyn so far, for 4 seasons, have never thrown hands. She thrown bottles, glass, spoonware, drinks, but never threw her fist. So it goes from that, talking about her. I just don't like the fact that she had to talk about that whole beef for 15 episodes. Another thing is she put Jennifer's business on blast. And that's why a lot of people say, Ev, you are foul for that. I said, Ev, you are foul for that. And that's why I'm kind of, big ups to Jennifer for all the heat that you're taking from Evelyn. All the time that she looked in your face and said, you did some dude 3 years ago without no condom. And you never brought up now one thing of her past on blast. She never did anything. All she said was, you have a cemetery and I have just like skeletons in my closet. For her to bring that up, that's foul. You broke the friend code. And I know she knows it's foul. Evelyn knows it's foul. Because she said it today on the morning blog saying that, what's it called? Talking about how she regrets that she missed her friend Jennifer or whatever. BS, whatever. She just trying to do this media talk just to make people feel sorry for her. But to me, if you're 30 plus years old, you know what's right from wrong. You know you did it for a check. You know you did it for people to start talking about you and stuff like that. Stir up the pot for controversy. I'm sure she's sorry because I don't think she expected this much backlash. But at the same time, right is right and wrong is wrong. Don't do all this stuff if you kind of have a feeling people won't, like, you look like a ratchet looking hood rat. We all know that. But for her, she kind of feels, I think anybody knows if you're going to the wrong direction based off doing something wrong. And that's what she did. For her to think that she was doing anything right by putting Jennifer's business on blast, that's why a lot of people are not cool with you this whole season. And another thing is, for her to gang up on Jennifer knowing that Jennifer cannot fight. You bring Naya to some, like MrStillStandin said, Dora the Explorer looking hood rat hoodlum, came straight out of Harlem, looking like she bought some clothes from Rainbow and wore it to the racetrack, looking like she's not getting paid from Evelyn at all. Friend to talk about what happened as well with their friendship or whatever. I think that was also foul. A lot of people said basically they could have just kept it as talking together one-on-one. But we all know Evelyn loves attention and she loves an audience, especially when she's mad, because she loves to do crazy stuff just to make people say, oh my gosh, I can't believe she did that. But whatever. In all, Evelyn, nobody really cares for Evelyn because Evelyn had, if you think about it, Evelyn had a lot of things to talk about this whole season. And she just focused it on Jennifer. She made it the Jennifer show. And for that, people were looking towards Jennifer because we're like, Jennifer, you here minding your own business. You got your own stuff going on in your life. And you're not worrying about Evelyn. Evelyn worrying about you. It looked like she obviously misses you. Like you were her #1 dick rider. Or maybe you were closer than that. And Evelyn never talked about her daughter. Like, how's your first year in college, Shanice? I mean, people are fans of you, Evelyn. I'm sure they're fans of your one and only daughter, too, that you was crying so much about, how she was graduating and stuff like that. She's a good girl. Never talked about more than an episode on your marriage, what colors you wearing, nothing like that at all. I'm sure you're waiting on your own show to talk about that, but you could have bring a little bit of that more into this season so we can know at least you're doing something. To really know that you're doing something instead of brushed off on it and then say, okay, back to Jennifer. Every conversation, Jennifer's name is the #1 topic. Like, that's why a lot of people are over Evelyn and kind of looking at Jen like, Jen, you're the bigger person of this because at the end of the day, you could have put a lot of her business on blast and whatever. So, That's basically it. And Tami, I really have to talk about Tami for a minute. Really have to talk about Tami because of the fact that she brought up the fact that, Jen, you're a bully. I'm not cool with that. Some people may be cool with that, but I'm not cool with that because it's Tami calling Jennifer a bully. That's like the pot calling the kettle black. A bully can't call a bully a bully. A fat person can't call a fat person a fat person. A black person, not a black person. Let me not even go there, but y'all get what I'm trying to say. You cannot do that, Tami, because you are that way too. You here addressing other people's flaws, but not really addressing your own completely. And when you do address your own, you're like, my bad. Not being sincere about it. You're just brushing it off, like whatever. Knowing that you never even brought up the fact that you're sorry for talking about Jennifer and her 5 colors. Knowing you ratchet for that because you don't got nothing going on with your own. You don't got no business going on with your own this whole season. You never talk about your micro braid, weave, whatever you was going on with your hair, which looked a hot mess this whole season. It was only a couple of times where you looked alright. But you never looked better than Evelyn. Evelyn even said it herself on the season, talking to Kenya in her face about that. It's just like, that's why I'm not with Tami this whole season. Hopefully she get it together next season. But for that comment, that was foul for me. If Royce brung it up, I understand. Because Royce was bullied by Jennifer and Evelyn. But really, Evelyn. Jennifer was really much in the shadows. So for everybody to be like, oh, Jennifer, you bullied and stuff like that. Okay, but it wasn't that far. To me, it wasn't that far. Because Jennifer, she's quiet. Like, even if Jennifer say something, it's like it come and go, like it's floating piece of paper. You know she's not gonna do that much anyway. But Tami and Evelyn is different. You know, like if they don't verbally abuse somebody, they physically abuse somebody, or mentally abuse somebody, and that's how they are. Jennifer, she probably talk ish and all that type of stuff, but it is what it is. Like Jennifer, what is she gonna do at the end of the day? She ain't gonna throw hands, like. So, that's it. Jennifer's still boring to me, but I kind of get her this season. I'm kind of proud of the fact that she is being the bigger person in this whole season. Hopefully everybody understand my review. Hopefully I didn't go on too long. Follow me on Twitter, CookieBaby23. Thumbs up this video if you like it. Follow MrStillStandin again, one of my favorite YouTubers, Mr_Still_Standin, without a G, at Twitter. And that's about it. Everything else is irrelevant, especially Floozy. Bye.